Diary of a Wimpy Kid, a staple movie franchise in most of our childhoods. I'll hold these three movies close to me, mainly the first two. I'm not gonna lie when I say I've seen the first two easily over 15 times and the third one probably twice. I don't know why, but I see the third film as more of a DLC film. I think it's mainly because they're so much older, but feels slightly weird. Obviously, through watching these films as many times as I have, I've observed a lot of things, like how Greg is the Aaron Yeager of the trilogy, how Rowley can't hold water for shit,
Think your brother likes her!
and that their dad is a literal NPC. But back to Greg as, he's definitely another topic for another day, but he was a real-life narcissist. It's insane. Despite the broken arm, the weak-ass after-school squabble, Patty annoying ass, public embarrassment, the cheese, and Ravi, there is a definite standout in these films, and I'm not talking about Susan and how she was a low-key baddie. I'm talking about the edgelord Rodrick. Rodrick is definitely not the main focus of these films, but his presence is still dominant over the other characters in these films. Of course, mainly because the relationship aspect between him and Greg is a theme often touched on in the first two films. Roderick's presence is so strong because Devin Bostick kills it as Roderick Heffley. The glares, the smirks, the side eyes, he is as menacing as an older brother can be, and I applaud that man for that. That's why I hold these movies so highly, because everyone plays their roles in the most perfect way possible. But we are talking about Roderick here. In the movie, we're supposed to feel for Greg. He has parents that don't understand him, an older brother that makes his life a living hell, and a little brother who abuses his shit. Not gonna lie, I am a little brother, or at least I was. Yes, as a kid, you can relate to the older brother thing. Mostly all older brothers bully their younger brother. It's a staple in common family media. But here's the thing. Away from the family side of things, Greg could have had an alright middle school career had he just listened to Roderick in one of the first scenes in the movie. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, open your fucking ears. In the beginning of the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick was asked to give advice to Greg via Susan. This makes sense since he's the older brother and he's in high school, and it's presumed his middle school career wasn't horrible. At least in the first film, it was presumed that way because in the second film, we saw more of his his middle school life. But not much by any means, just like him doing homework or some shit.
Which one's the space bar again?
Oh, just let me do it, okay? Okay.
I would never actually hand in a paper rock.
But back to the advice side of things, Roderick responded with a list of rules. Not Roderick rules, you impatient fuck, the rules of surviving middle school, which were established in the first film. I'll have Roderick break it down.
So look, Mom asked me to give you some advice about middle school. It's real simple. Don't talk to anyone, don't look at anyone, don't go anywhere, don't sit down, don't raise your hand, don't go to the bathroom, don't get noticed, don't choose the wrong locker, don't. Who am I kidding? You'll be dead or homeschooled by the end of the year anyway.
And there were a few rules set in the fittingly titled Roderick Rules.
It's about time, little bro, that you learn the secrets to an easy life.
Rule number 1, don't be good at something you don't want to do. Always lower mom and dad's expectations.
Rule number 3, never do something when someone else can do it for you.
All in all, there are 9 rules Greg must follow to survive middle school, that of which Greg disobeyed frequently throughout the movies, especially in the first film. In today's video, we're going to be discussing every moment Greg went against the rules and paid the price. But before we get started, I would like to disclose that I would not be speaking on the animated film, nor the film that we should not speak of, and I will not be speaking on Dog Days. Not speaking on Dog Days is more of a narrative choice rather than me just not wanting to talk about it. The movie is full of public embarrassment for everyone, trust me on that. Roderick is just not a center focus. Frank is the center focus of that movie, so we hardly get to see Roderick. And plus, it does feels like a DLC story. Anyway, let's move on. We will now be discussing how Roderick's rules could have saved Greg's middle school career. Rule number 1, do not talk to anyone. Greg does a lot of not shutting the fuck up in these movies, so he just doesn't listen, period. At the start of the movie, he met Chloe Grace Moretz, aka Angie, under the bleachers. They talked, Riley was there as well. And he was acting so gay for Rowley, it was ridiculous. Like, he straight up acted like he did not want to talk to her. Oh my god. He straight up acted like he did not want her talking to them at all. Like, if she talked to his man, he was gonna whoop her ass. He wanted to get away from her so bad, and later went on to say,
Dirty. Besides, getting crushed is better than being seen with that great job.
as if not hanging out with Fregley and fucking Ravi is not embarrassing. I don't know. Anyway, good job talking and avoiding Angie, I guess. Psych, because she ate his ass up a little while later.
Whoa! Look who's in the paper.
He told Rowley about the safety patrol fiasco with the kids in that hole, and Rowley broke up with him in the most iconic scene ever.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.
Y'all remember when I said Greg didn't shut the fuck up? This is what I'm talking about. I get it, like, he doesn't want to lie to his homie husband or whatever, but like, this video is about listening to your older brother, not your heart. So, you failed. Anyway, soon after that, Greg forgot to pack all of Rowley's stuff when he moved out after the divorce, so Rowley went up and confronted him for stealing his game and shit, basically. And they got to arguing, and they was finna squabble in the play yard, and Helga Asks instigated the whole thing, and the bullies from It show up and makes Rowley eat some cheese, which definitely scarred him for the rest of his life. Talking about eating before I shove it down your throat. Before you shove something down a nigga's throat, a nigga would have to kill me. Anyway, moving on to rule 2, don't look at anyone. First example off the dome is the cafeteria scene where everyone swiped up on him. A kid literally swiped up. Even Connie from the Texas game said no. And he had the gall to say in the beginning of the movie, yeah, I'm ranked 19. Boy, you're lucky to be in the top 100. Rule number 3, don't go anywhere. He went to middle school, that's done. Kidding. Greg left gym class to go behind the bleachers and almost interacted with the cheese until Ravi stopped him.
Stop! Good God, man! You almost got the cheese touch.
I'ma also stop calling this boy Ravi. It's Sharad Gupta, but I can't see past Ravi. Greg went to Rodrick's room and got chased like a victim and screamed, and eventually ended up R-Kellying his brother.
What is going on?
Greg started it. I just came in here to take a shower.
He's lying. He was gonna kill me because I was in his room.
And so you peed on him?
Yes.
He went to wrestling and got his ass beat twice. He got clowned for it via Angie in the newspaper because he was insulting her literally for no reason. He went to the north side and he told that mullet-wearing asshole that he had his plate number and they got chased. Then they went to Greg's grandmother's house and Rowley loudmouth ass told them that they were home alone. Whoop the bam. Greg scratched a guy's car because he left the house and went outside. See, like, if we break down Rowley's and Greg's relationship, their dynamic is not shutting the fuck up. He went to auditions and ate. Bitch, let him eat, hating ass. I ended up embarrassing the school by getting his ass beat on stage. Again, this man can't fight for shit. It's almost embarrassing. He went to Fregley's house, which led to another scream chase scene. But no, like, it's actually gross. Dude got chased by a booger as a murder weapon. I'm not gonna lie, all Fregley scenes in this movie are just gross as fuck for no reason. It's damn near like my only gripe with this movie. Anyway, he went to the skating rink and got his ass jumped and embarrassed. He went to church and the whole town saw shit on the back of his pants, then proceeded to show it was chocolate and licked his finger. Are you fucking for real? Rule 4, don't sit down. Not many examples, but he sat down in the play yard where Rowley confronted him and they fought and bonded over the cheese. He tried to sit next to Holly and Annabelle, started some shit per usual. Rule number 5, this is a rule he followed which saved him from a little embarrassment, I'm sure, but shit. During editing this, I remember in the wrestling scene he raised his hand and asked his coach a question, and he damn near was gonna body slam him because he was talking about fake wrestling like Vader bombs and whatnot, so he flopped again. Rule 6 was not going to the bathroom. Well, I think this is regarding specifically middle school, which he only did once to see that there were no doors, proving Rodrick was correct again. In the instances of being at home, well, he went to the bathroom and peed on Rodrick, and then he went to the bathroom and told Manny not to look at the toilet monster or whatever. Rule number 7, don't get noticed. He and Rowley got noticed by the bullies from Halloween, and they made Rowley eat some fucking cheese. And I hope that they press charges because he joined Safety Patrol and was noticed by Mrs. Irvine when he was dropping the kids in a hole. She did think it was Rowley though, but I mean, Greg still got noticed, so it counts. Rule number 8 is don't choose the wrong locker. I'm gonna go ahead and say that he chose the right locker because we see no major scene of him by his locker other than the one scene where he was fake being injured to jump in popularity and it did nothing but knock him down. And finally, rule number 9, do not be seen with Rowley. That's all he had to do to damn near avoid 70% of the embarrassment he went through. Rowley had a pink bike. He was seen with Rowley after school, and Rowley asked him if he wanted to come over and play and got clowned by everyone in their grade. Rowley twinned with Greg after he told him the fire pit he had planned, and Greg slowly realized how gay they looked together. And finally, Rowley goofy ass told the bullies that were chasing them that they were alone at Greg's Gram's house. The way that Greg stared at him and was like, "What did you just do?" fucking kills me every time.
Why would you tell them that? Oops.
Like, I know Greg did some stupid ass shit, but Rowley, I don't know. Rowley did not give a fuck. He was always gonna repeat some shit and not care. Those are all the prime examples of Greg not listening to Rodrick, and Greg single-handedly fucking up his own middle school career because he didn't listen to Rodrick. Anyway, that is it for this video. If you like this video and want more observation videos or whatever, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Don't be afraid to share this video around as well. I do have a handful more topic videos for Diamond Reaper Kid plans, so if you don't want to miss those, make sure you hit the bell to be notified. Make sure to stay updated with me on all my socials, especially Instagram and Twitch. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.